In the beginning, there was nothing. And then, there was Cage.
The internet has had some really weird fascination with Nicolas Cage.
Yes, there is definitely a cult following of Nicolas Cage. Some say there is a Nicolas Cage religion.
Honestly, it wasn't really up until like 11th, maybe 12th grade when Nicolas Cage started to be some kind of factor in my life. It started off as a fixation, sort of one of those ironic fixations, like, I like Nicolas Cage. Oh, just kidding.
Well, if we're gonna be completely honest, my love for Nicolas Cage did kind of start as like, this guy is just ridiculous.
Bullshit!
He's over the top. Never know what to expect.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
It just sort of took off from there.
I just started to notice, wow, I really like this movie. You know, occasionally here and there I'd see, it's like, wow, that was actually pretty good acting. That was really, well performed and whatnot.
To go on a quick side tangent here, if you only saw movies like Larry Crown and Angels and Demons and those kind of movies with Tom Hanks in it, then you would think that Tom Hanks is a bad actor.
I just kept watching movies and I started less mocking and more, wow, I'm really starting to like this. He's actually a really good actor. And then it was just, the mocking was gone and it was all just love for Nicolas Cage. It was just full on love. It was, yeah. Before my Nicolas Cage liking happened, it was kind of started in high school, actually. What happened is, walking around the high school, every once in a while, you'd look in an odd space. Like, you'd look up at the clock, or you'd look over, like, on the bottom of a desk, and there'd be Nicolas Cage looking at you. Just a picture taped up in random spots. It was just like this odd, mysterious thing. No one knew who was doing it. No one knew when it was happening. It was just, they were there. I had voiced my opinion. I liked this. I really liked what people were doing with this. And one day I went up to go to the bathroom for my choir class. And when I came back, there was a paper plate with a bunch of these Nicolas Cage photos on it. And from that moment on, I knew I was in. I had a responsibility to put these pictures up. Obviously, I didn't let people see me doing this. I didn't let anyone know about this. I never met the person who started. I don't know who it was. I just knew that I was in. And actually, after I graduated, I had to go get a piece of paper from our counselor to go to college and whatnot. And I had to cut through. I had to get let in by a janitor. And I was walking through, and I looked up on the wall. And they had actually also been collecting these. And they had an entire memorabilia wall dedicated to Nicolas Cage and all the photos that they found of him.
The thing about, and I've said this before, the thing about Nicolas Cage is that he doesn't make bad movies. Not necessarily bad movies. Even the bad movies he makes are good to some degree. They're entertaining.
I'm not denying the fact that there are bad Nicolas Cage movies out there, because there are. Everyone's gonna miss every once in a while. But the thing about Nicolas Cage is, even these bad movies, they're actually pretty good. They're fun to watch. They're never boring.
Tell him I'm coming.
You're too late. Hell's gonna walk the earth.
Hell already is walking the earth.
No matter how horrible his role is written, no matter how horrible the movie is, he's always interesting to some degree.
You could take Ghost Rider 2, for example. The plot is not good. The dialogue, not good. There's not much good going for that movie, but I can just look at Nicolas Cage and just the way he presents himself in the movies. It's makes the movies actually worth watching, because even though it's not a good movie, you're going to have a good time.
He's created this kind of method acting, this acting technique that he calls nouveau shamanic.
So what I would do is I'd put on Afro-Caribbean paint, like a white and black paint, and black out my eyes so I look like this sort of Afro-Caribbean voodoo icon. And then I would sew in bits of Egyptian artifacts that were thousands of years old into my costume and gather some onyx or tourmaline or something that was meant to have vibrations. And who knows if it works or doesn't, but for me it was an idea of like trying to stimulate my mind, or trick my mind into believing I was this character from another dimension. And I would walk on the set and then wouldn't speak to anybody, wouldn't say a word, so I projected this aura of horror, which created fear in my fellow actors, which then inspired me to believe I really was this character.
But how others see him is a totally different matter. They just think that he just goes ape shit, and then that's it. And there's no why, there's no reason, nothing to really, examine or look at. It's just, oh, he's going over the top. He's going way too, just bonkers. I think that the fact of the matter is, Nicolas Cage is the UN ambassador for global justice for a reason. He's donated, I think, around $4 million to charity. If that doesn't spur you to at least like or respect the guy, then I don't know what you're doing. It seems that no one really pays much attention to Nicolas Cage's 25-year career before he started wandering off of the reservation, so to speak. If you give him a good script and a good director, he'll follow through.
And the Oscar is awarded to Nicolas Cage.
Nick tries to go for all of the different roles. He tries to go for the slightly neurotic, slightly eccentric, slightly something or other roles that are handed to him. And with Magic Men, I mean, who else could you see playing a con artist who has OCD and germophobia and all those other things?
Ever heard of a line?
Hey, have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beat until you pissed blood?
He really struck a high note in 1995 with Leaving Las Vegas. He won an Oscar for it. Leaving Las Vegas, he plays someone who's drunk for the entire movie.
You can never ask me to stop drinking.
Bad Lieutenant, Portal Call New Orleans. He plays a cop. This cop is addicted to so many drugs.
I'll take 25% of the dope uncut.
That means you get my price.
That's one way of looking at it. The other is you get to keep 75% and not go to prison for the rest of your life.
He is drugged up for so much of the movie. And because of that, because of this completely craziness of the character, Nick Cage plays it spot on.
Hey, did I ever tell you a story about Nigga Elk? Nigga Elk, yeah? I was watching TV, the game, right? Ronaldo Hayes, he got tossed the ball and he was running with it. He was running. He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair. He sprouted antlers like a gazelle. Like an elk. He landed again, he ran. He scored a touchdown.
That's the crack talking.
Face Off, the director, John Woo, just kind of lets him go buck wild. It's these little bits and pieces that like this for sure screams Nicolas Cage.
Anything else you'd like to add?
There are maybe like 3 guys in this world I would blow, and he's one of them.
When I watch a Nicolas Cage movie, I am a straight male, but there is a slight attraction to him. There is. He's just has a way about him, I would do anything to meet him. That is on my bucket list, is to meet Nicolas Cage, to shake his hand and just to meet him. That'd It'd be nice.
I would blow him. I'm not lying. I'm straight, 100% straight. I would blow him.
Oh, I would let him.
No matter what happens, he's always really confident, really into it, and really confidence is pretty much the sexiest thing you'll find in this world.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add besides that?
Besides wanting to blow Nicolas Cage, I think I'm pretty content with what I had to say.
You okay?
It's just, I get emotional while talking about Nicolas Cage, really. I do. Good memories.